What's up, middle school students? I don't know. This is how to tune a timpani, so I don't actually have a timpani here, so we're gonna see how this goes. I need some Skittles. This is the first thing I've eaten today. Alright, so we're learning how to tune a timpani. You can like warm up if you want to, I guess. I don't know why you need to warm up. I don't know how you warm up tuning a timpani. I don't even know. I'm sure you don't have a timpani in front of you, but we're gonna act like you do. So first thing is taking care of a timpani. So to take care of a timpani, there's multiple rules to make sure that, oh, I'm not doing this right. The timpani stays in good condition. So first of all, do not lay anything on the heads of the timpani. Anything that you lay on top of it can, stretch out the head, loosen it, and then you'll have to tune it even more. And more often it sucks a lot. It's really bad. And it could potentially break the head depending on how heavy it is, especially if you try to sit on it. Do not ever sit on a timpani. It's awful. I don't know why you think that's a good idea. You shouldn't sit on any instruments, especially not this one. I'll probably finish chewing. Okay, so next, play with the correct playing zones. If you play in the middle of the head, obviously you're not going to get a good sound out of it. So you kind of want to play like halfway between the middle of the drum and the edge of the drum. So if you kind of about a fourth of the way from the edge of the drum, about right there, maybe a little bit closer to the edge, depending on how quietly you're playing. You definitely want to play there. Sound-wise, you will notice a major difference. If you hit in the middle of the drum, it'll be like a clunk, clunk. But if you hit in the correct playing zone, it's more of a boom, like it's supposed to be from a timpani. When carrying and moving the timpani, do not move it from the head. Always hold it by the legs. Always hold it by the legs. There's parts that come down around the side that kind of encase the drum. Pick it up by those. Those are the sturdiest parts. Never, ever pick it up by the head, because that can also screw up the drum. If you pick it up by the head, it'll loosen it without actually moving the pedal. So the whole situation between the actual attunement of the drum and the position of the pedal is all messed up. Also, do not touch the heads of the mallets for the timpani. The oils on your hands can actually screw with it, and if you mess with it too much, the stitching can actually come loose. I remember when I was in middle school, I would always touch the heads a whole bunch. I was always told not to, but I always ignored it, and eventually the felt around the heads just fell off. And my percussion teacher was not very happy about that. Alright, so I'm sure you should all know how moving the pedal changes the pitches, but I'll go over it real quick. Let me see if I got a pedal here.
What the? How is somebody supposed to get this off?
That took way too much effort, oh my gosh. So the bass drum pedal. We're gonna see how this goes. Moving down to the ground. Man, I gotta adjust this thing. Alright, so pretend this is the pedal of a timpani. So, usually how it works is a timpani pedal, usually the hinge is here, not back here. So really it moves more like this than it does like this. So alright, anyways, when you tilt the pedal forward, the pitch of the drum will go up, and the little meter at the side that has the notes on it, there should be an arrow that goes up. If it doesn't go up, it's broken. Destroy the timpani. Burn it. Anyways, so then when you move the pedal backwards, that arrow will go down and the pitch will go down. If you look really closely, you can actually see when you push forward, the rim of the drum will actually slightly go down because it's tightening the head, which gives it a higher pitch and a higher ring. And then when you push backwards, the head will come up, the rim will come up, loosening the head and making the pitch lower. Need another Skittle. Oh yeah. Alright. What's next? Right, so on the timpani, all of the pitch markings on that meter on the side are able to be moved. So this is where you actually tune the timpani according to pitches. So what you'll need is you'll need to get out a tuner, and you'll have to open it and put it like right next to the timpani. You want as little sound as possible everywhere else, so that the only sound that the tuner is hearing is the timpani, to give you a more accurate representation of what note is actually being played. So what you want to do is, let's say you want to set the timpani to an F, right? Completely ignore the meter on the side, okay? Put the timpani all the way down. You want to push the pedal as far down as you possibly can. The arrow should hit all the way to the bottom. You shouldn't be able to do it anymore. Now, you want to put the tuner next to the timpani, right? Hit the timpani nice and firm, not too loud, not too soft, like a boom, give it a good ring, in the correct playing zone, of course. And then, as it rings, you want to slowly push the pedal forward, and you want to push that forward until it matches the note that you want. Your tuner should turn like green or have a smiley face or something, depending on what you use. It should say F on it. You want the line of the tuner to be like in the very middle of that F. And so, once it gets to that point, and you've set that F on the timpani, you move the little square or whatever the timpani has, you set the F tile, and you put it where the arrow is. Now, and also the arrow should hit the very middle of the tile. I know I don't even know. Tiles, they're usually thicker than the tip of the arrow is, so you want to put the arrow as close to the middle of the tile as you can. And so that is now set for F. That timpani is now set, and anytime that you need to play an F, you can just push the pedal wherever you need it to go and set it until the arrow is next to that F, and it should still be in tune if you did correctly. I need another Skittle. So, and that's basically all there is. You want to go back and do this for any notes that you need. I end up having to do this a lot on our high school timpani because the other percussion students like to lay stuff on top of the timpani. And laying objects on top of the timpani is one of the easiest and overlooked ways to throw a timpani out of tune, because that weight from the objects that aren't supposed to be on there very slowly stretch out the head from what it's supposed to be without moving the rim. So you know how the pedal works. You push it forward, the rim comes down, tightens the head. Push it backward, rim comes up, loosens the head. But in this case, the rim stays exactly where it is, and the head is still stretched out, which is going to knock your timpani out of pitch. And of course you can just tune it again, but if it continues to happen, your timpani might not be able to give the pitches that the tiles on the side says it can produce. So this is why you really want to make sure to take care of the timpani. You also want to be careful with the timpani. Timpanis will have like that metal coating of the drum, like the actual sides, and if you dent that, it can also mess up the sounds. So you have to really make sure to take care of these instruments, because they are very fragile, even though they're like big drums. And so we got if you have any questions, ask somebody, because this is a recorded message, so I definitely can't answer. I apologize. But, I guess if you want to try to get into contact with me, I have no clue. I help you in any way that I can. But, thank you for listening to this lesson. I hope it's very educational, and enjoy your quarantine time or any other time that you use this lesson. I don't know. Goodbye.